I'm KT.
And I'm the Trout. Yes, we're having a good time already. We're having a good
We
time
are.
at the end of the year. This is the
Man,
last episode, season one.
that's
Episode
right.
one is over. I mean, season one is over.
America, you were 21, you went through your party stage. Now it's time to grow up a little bit. So here we go.
So we're just going to do a quick recap here. We don't have a lot to say at the end of the year because we've said it all. We have to
We
save
have.
up for next year, 2022, which is
Mm.
just around the corner. And if you're watching this in 2023, sorry,
You missed it all.
you missed it all. So,
You didn't miss much in 2020 and 2021.
no, 2020 is, we'll talk about that never. So we started this journey as KT and the Trout kind of as a whim a little bit. And for those
Just
that
to, just for
don't
fun.
know, yeah, so for those that don't know and don't care to know, maybe they do. KT was on Facebook one day and he says, I'd like to do a podcast. And I said, really? And so I called him up and said, what do you want to do? And so we started doing podcasts at first, and we came up with the name, I came up with the name KT and the Trout because we're incognito. We're not really here. When you
Yeah.
watch this, we're somewhere else already.
Matrix style.
Matrix. It's Matrix.
I'm in space right now. So
I wish we could get Keanu Reeves on here. Maybe we will one day. Maybe we will.
he's a nice dude, man. I hear he's like really cool. If we, reached out, it might take a few years to get to him, but you never know.
That's right.
I think by then we will be full steam. I
That's
think
right.
we're still babies at this. We're still beginners.
babies. We're in a crawling stage. So anyway, we started doing podcasts and we did several podcasts without YouTube. And then it was my idea to go to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, almost forgot. Hit the subscribe button. That's coming up right now.
Ding.
Okay.
Okay,
And
either there or here. It's going to be somewhere.
it'll be somewhere on your screen. But here's the other thing. Let's just talk about, tell your friends about us and write comments. We don't care what they are. We want you to write comments. We're looking forward to your comments.
It's a comment. You know
it's
what I
a
mean?
comment.
Regardless if it's good or bad, it's a
Well,
comment.
we want to hear from you. So we started the YouTube channel and we'd already recorded for our own benefit the comedian Dallas Angela Owen. And we did that first. And actually KT and I sat in his studio and did it. And then we realized I looked old and fat, and we decided to go to individual screens so we could fix it up. Then I said, let's do a YouTube channel, KT and the Trout.
KT and the
And
Trout
our first
was born.
There's another guy, Born Identity. Anyway, so then we had Randy James from 92.5 from Dallas come on. He's one of the on-air talent on there, and kind of started our whole thing where we got people on with the music business or related to the music business and started talking about how they got where they were. Now, obviously, he's in he's a band. He's in a band too. And from there, we went to Angela. We brought Angela back. Then we brought in Shane Bell from the Shane Bell Band, and then we started bringing people out.
Got some good ones, man.
We've had some good ones. So before I forget, I want to thank everybody that came on this year. I mean, every one of them. And they take time out of their schedule to talk to us. They don't know who we are. Some of them do, but a lot of people we've reached out to. When I reached out to Dave over in London, or actually Nottingham, about his James Bond, he was kind enough to come on and talk to us. And that's great. And we have other people lined up already for next year. We've already started international, which is kind of cool. And even though we only had,
Crazy.
I think 14
Across the pond.
episodes, 14 or 15 across the pond. I think we had.
Yeah.
I think we'll start out. For those that want to know, our next episode will be January 8th. It will be released, and it's a great one. We have an international star that's on there, and you won't want to miss it. But if you do, you can watch it on YouTube. So we're going to just kind of go over that and just talk about what our plans are for the future. And that is basically we want to expand this and do more stuff.
But we want to know from you what you want to hear.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly right. I had a couple of videos about doing things. I may do some more gadget things. I saw a gadget the other day on, I think it was on Instagram. Well, I'm trying to remember where I see this stuff. Guy invented, and it's been out for a couple of years. Really cool.
Yeah.
I know it's mundane, but he has the string winder and cutter, and it is really cool. It's like $20. And for those people that don't play guitar, any of you do, it's always one of these things. And I've been playing a long time. How long is my string length? You put it on, you're like, do I have too much? Do I have too little? This thing actually, it's the coolest little
So it
simple.
reads it.
It just measures it, and okay, that's where I bend it, and then it has a thing on it.
A thing.
I thought that was a cool out, and we don't. It's kind of like with the video I talked about. I'm trying to remember what it was some Epiphone or whatever it was. We don't get paid by anybody. So if you're wanting to pay us, we'll take your money.
Right.
That's right. Next year we
look into my eyes. That's right.
We've had a lot of fun.
Mesmerized.
We have had a lot of fun in this. We know that 2022 is even going to be better. I can't talk
Much
about
better.
We don't know what the United States is going to go through.
Well, we'll be here to go through it with you.
And if we should,
and we'll talk about some of that.
I'll do my
this year.
I'm wearing a mask. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up a little bit more and broaden our conversational pieces.
Yeah, and I think we should probably talk to people. Maybe Katie and I talked about doing just music related, which we still do because we're both musicians and writers. And I'm supposed to tell you all, we have a special announcement. Don't go away until the end of this program because we have a special announcement. I never did understand that either. Or you have the typewriters in the background.
We probably just said don't stay around in Morse code. We didn't even know it. Decipher that.
We do have a great
decipher video. That.
That's right, decipher that. That's one of my favorite things watching old Western movies. What did he say?
What was that called? What was that thing called? The
telegraph.
Telegraph. That's it.
And then they do like 3 seconds
of it.
That's crazy. The guy said, here's your message.
Yeah.
Kitty's in trouble. She's on the.
How'd you do that so fast?
That's just amazing. They've cut the line, Marshall. Okay, so we have too much fun doing this. That's why we continue to do it. We have other things that we could do with our life. Okay, well, maybe we don't.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's it.
Because I mean,
we just wanted to talk to you all and thank everybody that has subscribed. Those that have subscribed to our podcast. We may be moving around a little bit on the podcast. We keep adding stuff to it. And
I think the guests that we've had on, some really, really unique guests. You'll start seeing a lot more of those coming out through the year. I think, the Trout and I are going to put out podcasts where we're just talking about subject matter stuff.
Okay, so we're back. For those who didn't miss us, we were having technical problems.
Well, you didn't miss us because it's going to be cut out, and you're not even going to notice.
That's right. We were. Where did we go? We went to. I always wanted to go to San Francisco. I don't know why. I just had that thought come to me. San Francisco. So what were you talking about? Oh, we were talking about all the guests and what. I got to quit saying and. My wife keeps telling me don't say and.
And.
I know better than that. Anyway.
And I'll say it for you. She didn't tell me I couldn't say it.
But you were talking about the fact that you wanted to do more podcasts that may be podcasts. So elaborate more on that or just talk about that.
Well, just talk about current events and stuff like that. We don't know, not necessarily always doing guest podcasts, but just doing, general information style stuff. Whatever you guys want to hear.
Well, what I started saying before my computer went wacko is that next year is an election year, and we may have some elected officials on here. You never know what we're going to have. I've reached out to people that I don't know that don't know me, and they say no.
Yeah.
So for those, and I say this a lot, for those that don't know, but getting people to come on is not easy. I mean, it's we've been fortunate already to have people come on.
Very fortunate.
And I know
a lot of times, in these podcast realm, you normally don't get success until you're well into. And I think we've had some very unique guests on the show at such an early age in the podcast. So it's been really good. Really good.
Well, and I know next year we're going to be talking about the Muscle Shows recording studio. which is, if we're going to talk about that just because of the history, and KT and I, here's a little secret for you. We may be there. We may be recording there. Shh, don't tell anybody. We've been invited. So we'll see if we end up going. It's like
Would be fun.
It'll be fun.
Be another one to check off the list.
And I have two people, one that's been a producer there, and I have one that was a singer there, that both will probably come on again, I would imagine. I know one of them well, to talk about Muscle Shoals. And KT's right. We want to do more podcasts that are maybe interesting, news related, instead of just coming on here. Doing a podcast and a video, and I admire those people that have, and I follow quite a few people that have a lot of followers or subscribers on YouTube and podcast. It takes time to do these things.
Definitely does.
Not just the time what KT and I talk, but if you have to go get music and all that stuff, it takes time to do it, and editing. And I've gotten better about it. We've gotten better about what we're going to talk about. So next year should be an exciting year. And one great thing about this, when we started this whole thing, we had no place to go. We didn't know where we were going to go, and we don't have a clue where we're going to go.
Both homeless.
and that's really what's so fun about it. You know, I look back on this year and I see the people that we've had on there, and I'm never going to be satisfied. I don't care if we had 1 million views. I'd probably go, why can't we get to 1 million? I'm just that kind of person. I'm driven to do that. And I think we'll get more and more as we have more and more subscribers come on. But we also like doing a podcast because then you don't see us and we can say things and pretend we are other people that come into our studio. And we've had some really interesting guests. And those people those people that follow us, I know people that I have friends of mine that tell me about the podcast but don't watch the YouTube video. And then I have other people that just watch the YouTube video. So, and sometimes our podcasts are adult related, maybe, should we say. Edgy.
Oui.
Edgy. So that's it. And we wanted to tell you, thank you for being a subscriber, listening to us. I don't care if you listen to us for 30 seconds, you still listen to us.
Yeah. So I got a question for you before we leave. Add some content to this.
Go.
So what's your New Year's resolution this year, man?
Well,
or resolutions.
You say you want a revolution. I can't say more.
Well, I don't know if we're going to have one of those, but
no, I'm not saying that. I never make them. Just because I don't think most people make them and they don't keep them up, and they just,
agreed.
It's funny. For those people that don't know, I've been on a massive diet for a long time, because when we first started doing video, I went, oh my God. But here's what happens because of my age. KT is much younger than me, lucky bastard. But this is what happens to you. You get these things that come down. And it's the tendons, I think, in your neck.
I'm getting them.
The thinner
it's starting to drop it up.
Yeah, the thinner you get, and KT's been on diet too. So I looked at pictures of me from 3 years ago. I've dropped 40 pounds, people, and I have about 10 more I want to do. So I guess if you want to go I can't say it.
Yeah,
that resolution thing. I want to get back to the weight I was when I met my wife, which was 32 years ago this coming spring, in my felt self, and stay that way the rest of my planet time.
Yeah.
So that's really so what's yours?
So I think ours is really a family resolution.
Oh, cool.
So we kind of have a whole bundled package. For one, we spent the time yesterday to really deep clean the house.
Right.
And I think I'm going to try to keep it. We're going to keep it the way that it is right now, as long as we can, and try to throw our trash away, put our laundry up, all that good stuff. Y'all are about to go through a journey with me for sure. I'm about to, starting tomorrow, be on a keto juice cleanse for quite a while. So I'm ready to drop probably 25 to 30 pounds myself. I started this new program with resistant bands that is a 12-week program.
Oh, wow.
So you guys will see my see my benefits from that. But yeah, I think, like I said, America was 21 years old last year. We did the party and
What 20?
we gained the weight, 2021, 21, finally can drink, did a lot of that. And I think now it's time to grow up a little bit and get our temples back in order, so to speak.
One of my mom used to tell me all the time, my mom's 101 and a half. She just keeps going. She always said, if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter what you're doing.
Don't matter.
And I
And it
see
all
people,
starts with what you put into your body. A lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people think, oh, I can eat what I want to eat just as long as I work out and run and do all that good stuff. But it doesn't work that way. That's the fuel for your body. You're not going to go put water in your gas tank in your car, right? I know that's probably a bad analogy because you need to drink water,
true.
but
That's true.
if you don't put the right fuel into the system and you don't maintain the system, it's going to break down a lot faster than if you just take the little bit of effort to take care of it. That's all you got to do, which means don't go grocery shopping at like Kroger's and those places.
Wait a minute.
Everything in the middle is horrible. You want to stay to the outside. You know what I mean? Don't go down the aisles. Don't go down
Fruits
the
and
aisles.
vegetables, people. Fruits and vegetables. Special announcement. Okay.
Whoa. That's pretty good, actually.
Yes, I do. I do it. I don't do that. I can do it. And then people are like, I also do Yogi Bear and some other everyday.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
boo-boo. Anyway,
Oh,
my grandkids used to say, do Yogi Bear.
yeah.
I need a big enough basket. Okay.
I mean, if we're going to go out, that's the best way to do it.
You'll never hear that again.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Throw anything in you want to right now.
It's free game.
I can't even. I need to talk to you about something right now. Okay. We'll stop. We're having too much fun. And all right. So let's talk about one thing before we go to the major thing, which is, I know you have children.
Talk about one thing before we go to the main thing.
No. This is the second But what are you doing tonight? I mean, because you got the kids, do you go out?
Man, no, we do little Sprite, cotton candy, little champagne for the boys, and then not real champagne, but Sprite.
Yeah, I know.
We put some cotton candy in it.
Yeah.
And then we usually just, I don't know, with the kids, I don't really like going out to events. It's difficult to do. So yeah, we'll watch the ball drop in New York, which is 11 o'clock our time here in Texas.
Yeah.
And then probably go to sleep, man. Yes. I'm ready to get it over with, right? Let's wake up to 2022 and
2022. That's right.
To a completely fresh new nightmare. But it's going to start.
It's not going to be a nightmare.
It's not. There's a lot of good things coming up. So
with us, I stopped. I told my wife, I said, I got to go get some champagne. We have a particular one I like. And of course, we're going to try to stay up.
Yeah. I would recommend getting some firewood or making sure you're prepared. This weekend's supposed to drop to like 20 degrees.
The whole United
22.
States, I guess, is going to get. For those people up north that have been hammered by blizzard weather, that's why we live in the South. Sorry.
It was 80 degrees on Christmas here. Come on. It's like in Australia.
Santa showed up and he was sweating.
Yeah.
The reindeer had to stop 3 times just to get water.
Yeah. He used Amazon this year.
So, yeah, now this weekend it's going to get down to 24. So, and we live in the Dallas area, and the interesting thing for me is I got plants that haven't died yet because it's been warm, and I have some of them getting ready to come out because they think it's spring, and it's like, stop now.
Yeah.
So, KT mentioned 2022. I remember the year 2000 when everybody went, oh my God, all our computers are going to, and now it's like 22 freaking years later. It's amazing to me. It just, boom, it goes by so quick.
Really quick, man. It just shows you how fast life is. Man.
Life is fast.
And, I was watching a thing on YouTube this morning that Elon is ready to get on Mars and ready to build colonies on Mars. And we're talking in the next year or two.
Yeah, I don't think he has a propulsion unit to do that.
Well, no, he's got the propulsion unit.
But it just takes you a year to get there. It takes you.
It's a month. He's got it done to a month. But the problem is a month to 2 months. I think it's a month. But the problem that they're dealing with is gravity. But he's trying to create a system that would be the closest to Earth as far as gravity is concerned during that time. Because if you look at what space does and the weightlessness as far as what it does to your bones, what it does to your muscles, you have to constantly be in a workout stage to keep that up. Yeah. So they're trying to figure out ways to, and of course, you remember that ride at the fair, right? Where you sat in this round deal that had no top, which was kind of scary, but the damn thing went around really fast like this, and it kind of sucked you to the wall and kind of created that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
That's kind of the technology in a much grander, but get up there and then these things come out and then it starts spinning in these circles to create that gravity effect. I think it's like 3 Gs or 2 Gs, something like that. But that's what's getting them, is big, because he's pretty much like, well, if we don't figure this out, then people won't last on Mars very long, because they wouldn't be able to sustain that kind of.
Well, you're travel. I know that. I don't know what the record is now for being in the space station.
I think it's a year or a year and a half or 2 years or a year.
Yeah, it's weird.
I remember that. Yeah, it's not a very long time.
And the other thing about it is, if you watch old movies, space movies, you always saw the space station spinning, and the reason it spins is to create gravity. That's why the Earth spins. Well, that and the fact that our maker made it spin, but if we didn't have,
but it's weird. We're on the outside of the circle that's spinning.
Yes, we're on the outside. We're not on the inside.
We're not. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like when you were talking about the centrifuge effect.
Didn't they? I think I said, this is probably, we could easily turn this into its own podcast. A scientist talked about that if the Earth stopped for 1 millisecond, we would all just instantly die, because we're moving so fast that if it just stops and we keep going, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's like a car. It's like you just keep going through the windshield. That's the sad thing about it. So
through your house.
There we go. Our space adventure.
Leave you with that.
Let's call Leon, Mr. Musk, which sounds weird to me. Mr.
Leon.
Musk. Leon Musk. Well,
Leon
we do know his brother, Leon. A lot of people don't know he has a brother, Leon Muskum. His real name is Muskum. And he's going to be on. And so for some reason, he's from Alabama. I don't understand. So...
he's a duck hunter.
And the interesting thing about him, his brothers never gave him any money, so
or doesn't even know that he exists. He doesn't even know.
Kind of like if you were won the lottery, you'd be surprised how many people find you.
Yeah.
Hey, cousin Rick, you didn't know me. It's like so.
Long lost.
All right, so we are funny. We know we're funny. Just nobody else knows we're funny. But here's the major announcement. Katie and I have finished our first music video, and it is great. And it will be relaunched. Of course, if you're watching this next year, you'll already missed it. It'll be up. You can watch it anytime you want to. But it's coming. It's going to be released tomorrow at noon. That's January 1, 2022 on our channel. And we're looking forward to that. And also, as an announcement, Katie and I will be working on our own album. Yes. They don't really call them that anymore, do they? I guess they still do.
EPs, album, record, CD.
Let me tell you something. I will tell you this because KT won't. He's a great songwriter, and I want to get his music out to the public. He's already done some stuff, but I just want to add the rhythm guitar. Just can I strum on that, please? So he has written a couple of great tunes already.
Coming up.
Much more, but he's got more than that. But I mean, we want to put that up because it's fun. We have both studios. We can kind of record in our own studio and push it back and forth. And that gives us another outlet for our creativity.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to doing. So that's it for 2021. Once again, thank you for watching, subscribing. Tell your friends about us. And any final words there, Mr. KT?
No, I think I'm ready. I'm ready for the next to come.
So
I'm KT.
And the Trout. We're out for 2021. See you next year.
in the Trout